Friends, it is Amazon Prime Day, and you know what that means. There's lots and lots of deals out there, and if you want to spend many, many hours sifting through them all, trying to find some good deals, well, I might just save you some time. Check out the pinned comment down below. I'm going to walk you through some of the deals that I found, and hopefully these are helpful to you. You can feel free to share these with other people. You can just copy the pinned comment and send it to other people, or send them a link to this video, but hopefully that will help. Let's jump right into the deals, and we'll keep moving fast. So Amazon Prime Day deals, I have a link to just get you to like the whole deal page so you can scroll through them all you want. Just tap on that top link. And then underneath this, you'll have all the individual links to things I show you on the screen, and they should be in order. So first off, Instant Pots. If you haven't fallen in love with an Instant Pot, you probably haven't tried one. You can't use them for canning really. They don't get quite up high enough in pressure or whatever. And now this one's a 6-quart one. They got the 9-quart one on sale too, but as you can see, they're about 50% off. There's never really an excuse to buy Instant Pots except when they're on sale like this. So 70 bucks, Instant Pots. As you can see up there, I bought this Jackaryi food dehydrator. I love it, love it, love it. I used like an old plastic round food dehydrator before, and when I did that, it was because I got it from a yard sale and I used it for a while. But this thing's just way better. I love it. So if you're ready to upgrade your food dehydrator to something better, I recommend this for sure. Get the plastic out of the equation, and yeah, it's just so convenient, easy to clean, and everything like that. So I know it's a little more pricey, but if you're it's a whole lot cheaper than getting one of those freeze dryers for sure, though. All right, Life Straw, personal water filter. These things are usually 15 bucks or so. 15. They say 17 bucks, but they usually are more like 14, 15 bucks a Life Straw. So yeah, these things are useful. These things do filter out things like Giardia, and they're actually quite good these days. They've got them to where they're really, really good. The only problem with a Life Straw is that it's in the straw configuration. I prefer the Adventure one, where you can use like a gravity filter on it, where you let water flow through it, or you squeeze it through it. That just is a better model. But for in a pinch, a Life Straw is just great. You just get a bottle of water, of unclean water, and you stick the straw in there and you just suck it up through it, and you're going to be safe. So all right, Mountain House has got a bunch of deals going on out there. They got the number 10 cans for sale, 50% off, but the number 10 cans are usually 50% off. They always are on sale. So that's not, I don't think it's that great of a deal compared to normal times. However, this one is $5-ish, $6-ish for a Mountain House packet meal, yellow curry with rice. There's some other Mountain House deals. If you tap on this one, you can just go to the Mountain House store and see what else they got on sale. So that's a great one. Don't start here with your food preps, right? Don't start here. If you're just going to throw money at the problem, this is probably not the cheapest way to go, okay? But Mountain House is fantastic and tasty, and it's super lightweight. So and these freeze-dried are great for having in the car. A lot of foods don't deal well with being in the car in the heat, whereas freeze-dried I think is fairly safe to have in the car in the heat. All right, there's a whole bunch of solar power banks on sale right now. This is the best one I could find so far today. A Jackaryi Explorer, that's a 1,070 watt hour. Always look for the watt hour, because that tells you how much capacity the battery has. They'll always try to fool you with the 1,500 watts right there. That's not the capacity. That's how fast the battery can discharge. So yeah, it's not an unimportant number, but when you're comparing apples to apples, make sure you're comparing the watt hours to watt hours of battery packs. And at 40 cents a watt hour, less than 40 cents a watt hour, that's actually quite good. So if you're looking for a smaller solar generator, that's a good one to start off with. Austinon Farms. We've been seeing some dairy issues out there in different parts of the country. This is non-fat, so if you want whole milk, you want to look at Nido, whatever, or some other whole milk one that'll taste better. Non-fat is much more shelf stable. If you're going to mix it into things that you're cooking and everything like that, non-fat is the best. If you're going to drink it straight, non-fat's not the best. It doesn't taste quite as good, in my opinion. Anyway, that's big. That's big on sale. It's actually a bigger sale than what they're letting on. It's usually more than that. Anyway, if you need to cook, we all need to cook, right? $18 for 12, basically Sternos, Gas One brand Sternos. Now, Sternos are not the best way to go for cooking, okay? I'm not saying this is a good fuel source, but again, if you need to have something in your car, these are not bad for a fuel source in your car because the weight doesn't matter because it's in your car, and also they don't react badly to being heated and stuff like that. I would probably still go with the canister stoves, but some people like these Sternos, so hey, there they are. Okay, you can get a fire started, but can you put it out? Having a fire extinguisher is huge. Having a fire extinguisher in your bedroom so that you can get your way out to the exit, or that you can put out a spot fire. Now, I would recommend that you have these. I have, in a little bit, we'll have the emergency blankets. I'm a huge fan of the emergency blankets in the kitchen especially, but having fire extinguishers as well is super important. Protect your family, please, please. And you can save money if you get the 2-pack or the 4-pack. The 4-pack doesn't really save you much money, but the 2-pack definitely saves you some money. So definitely check fire extinguishers out. If you don't have enough fire extinguishers, or if yours are outdated, you might want to re-up. Anyway, Bumblebee Chunk Light Tuna. 24-pack of tuna, $17.51. That's a good price. That's a good price. So if you want to load up on tuna, that's a name brand and all that jazz. So that might be good for you. If you find any of these deals useful or this video useful, please hit that thumbs up button. These videos usually perform badly because everyone's clicking off to go somewhere else, to go look at the things on Amazon or whatever. So YouTube doesn't like that at all. But you know, hit that like button, throw a comment down, let me know what you if you got anything, or if you found anything useful, or if one of these is a terrible idea and you shouldn't get that. Anyway, 128 gigabyte flash drive. Why is a flash drive important? Well, where is all of your information backed up? You got all those pictures on your phone, you got all your pictures on your computer. Do you have it on something that couldn't get fried by an EMP? You take one of these flash drives, wrap it in a piece of cloth or a paper towel, and then aluminum foil, ball it around it, completely sealed. Put another layer of some sort of non-insulating fabric or something, and then you put another layer of aluminum foil around it again. That's a super easy EMP cage, and all your data is now protected against solar flares, EMP. It's a great thing to do. Super cheap to 128 gigs. Most people don't have more than 128 gigs of pictures and videos and everything like that. So, and you know, hey, check out digitizing your old film and stuff like that. That's a great idea for you to do. Is you know, if you have boxes of old VHS tapes or home videos, digitize it. That's a good thing to do, and then you can save and back up those files on a thumb drive or on a hard drive, and then EMP proof it, please. Okay, laptop, $286 for a nice laptop here, nice brand new Lenovo. Lenovo is a name brand, so I try not to recommend like off-brand laptops, but I sure have been known to buy off-brand laptops in the past, but to recommend to you guys, I would recommend a name brand one. If you want to go find something cheaper and you're willing to kind of play around with getting a Chinese laptop, go for it. There's a bunch of deals out there right now for dirt cheap. Bleed stop. Everyone should have bleed stop. This stuff is not your first go-to. This is not the best thing to use. If you have like a really good first aid kit, you should have quick clot impregnated onto bandages. The powder is impregnated onto bandages, and it's better than this stuff. But this stuff is what they used basically in World War II. They dumped the pouches on the, it's just powder. You just dump it on the where it's bleeding, and it clots. It causes the blood to clot. So if you have someone who's on blood thinner or they start bleeding really easily, you get one of these packets and you just pour a little bit on top of that bleed and then put the bandage on top of it, and it will stop it bleeding real fast. So it's fantastic for that kind of stuff. Also, if you just need to stabilize somebody and they just can't stop bleeding, this is just great for it. So having a few of these in your car is a great idea. Like I said, it can cause a little bit of a problem at the hospital. They don't like cleaning this stuff out, but if they're at the hospital getting that cleaned out of their wound because they're still alive, that's much better than them not making it to the hospital, right? So that's good, and you know, it's better for like smaller cuts or surface cuts or something like that, not like big wounds. But all right, I am a big proponent of using lighters. A lot of people will tell you to get ferro rods and be like a caveman and make flint and steel. You'll never see me playing around with those ferro rods. I just don't do it because look how cheap lighters are. You can get 50 lighters for $11.90. So if you want fire, this is what you do. It comes shrink wrapped. I have a bunch of these packages already. You know, they're great knickknacks for trading with other people. Now, is every lighter going to work? No. They're not name brand. They're not fancy, super great lighters. They're 20 cents a piece. What do you really expect, okay? But does 1 in 5 work? Absolutely. Do 4 out of 5 work? In my experience, yes. So you're going to have some duds in there or ones that are going to break in your hand. But other than that, you need to be able to start fire in serious situations. All right, friends, if you are stockpiling rice and beans, I can't stress enough that you're going to want to have some kind of flavor to it. And nor Professional, nor Bullion, this makes 75 gallons of Bullion, 7.9 pounds of Bullion powder. And it's in a nice sealed jug, double sealed with a screw lid. Friends, you can see I've purchased 4 of them already in the past, but I promise you I have more than 4 in my house. I used to get them from Walmart before that. So yeah, these things are super, super useful. If you have rice and beans, you want to have some flavor. Make sure you like chicken bouillon before you buy all this, but I think it makes the rice taste a whole lot better than just it being bland. So $15 will spice up a lot of rice. All right, you need some light out there, so cheap LED headlamps, $8.40 for 2. That's $4 a piece. Hard to go wrong with that. Comes with the batteries. You can leave them in the package and just put them on the shelf, and then if you need them, you can pull them off, or if you need to trade with somebody, this is a pretty nice trade if there's no electricity or anything like that. Being able to just hand them a package of 2 headlamps with the batteries included, yeah, that's gonna get you what you want, right? All right, moving over to Judy's Scrambled Egg Mix. This is 3 pounds, so it's actually quite a big bag, but you save a lot of money if you buy the big bag. They do have a smaller bag too, but they have smaller sizes, so if you want more like the 1 pound or whatever, great. But if you want to just put a bunch of eggs up on your shelf, this is kind of the cheaper way of going about that. So check that out if you want. Batteries. This is a great pack with 24 AA's, 24 AAA's in one package. If you're anything like me, you always buy too much of the one and not enough of the other, and it's nice to have a package that's kind of balanced. Almost $13 for 48 batteries. It's good. And Amazon Basics batteries actually test pretty positively against name brands. It's not going to do as well as like the lithium Energizer batteries or the lithium fancy single-use batteries. But if you're looking for some single-use batteries that'll last a long time, Amazon Basics is a great way to go. All right, fire tablets. The computers and tablets and everything's on sale today in the next couple days, right? So if you want to get an Apple iPad, iPads are on sale. But I figure that Amazon Fire tablets, one, their Apple products are like 20% off, whereas Amazon products are like 50% off, or they're already really reasonably priced, and boom, you're looking at $70 for a brand new top-of-the-line iPad Fire Pad. It's a great deal. Doesn't have all that much storage on it though, 32 gigabytes storage. So that's the only drawback on that. But you can find other Fire tablets that have more storage, but they're not really designed to have storage. Kindles and those type ones are better for that type of thing. But anyway, just want to put that on there. All right, in case you're like still asking the question, Steve, what happens when my lighters stop working? You know, what about 10 years into the end of the world and all of our lighters have finally stopped working? One, my answer is you didn't stock enough lighters. If you stock enough lighters and they're shrink wrapped, they'll last indefinitely. So you can always just keep opening up more lighters. Anyway, the other answer to that question is these Fresnel lenses. These are basically plastic magnifying glasses. You can use one of these things to start a fire if you have sunlight. So if you ever have sunlight, you can always start a fire with this. Is this better than the stupid ferro rods? Absolutely. This is an absolutely better way to start a fire. I've started fires with ferro rods. I've started fires with the bow. I've started fires in all sorts of ways. Of those backwards ways of starting fires, using a solar energy through through a magnifying glass is way easier, way funner than that. Plus, these have uses for other than that as your eyesight starts going downhill and you need to read, right? And of course, once again, as you start fires, you need to be able to put fires out. Please, please, please. Fire extinguishers are great, but they make an awful mess. Have you ever discharged a fire extinguisher inside or seen someone that has? The powder goes everywhere and it's hard to breathe and it's just nasty. It puts the fire out, which is what you needed it to do, right? But fire blankets are way better. One, fire blankets are reusable. Two, fire blankets don't make an awful mess. Having at least one of these in your kitchen and having them elsewhere is a great idea. These make great gifts for other people that you want to be prepared. It's simple. You just pull it out of the package, open it up, throw it onto wherever's burning, and out the fire goes. And it's safe, and it's just, please get the fire blankets. If nothing else, if people on this channel get fire blankets, I know that lives would be saved. I know that houses will be saved because fire blankets are so useful. So, all right, and if something does catch fire in your house or somebody burns dinner and it stinks to high heaven, not to mention chemicals and all the other stuff out there in the world and pollen and mold and whatever, air purifiers, $26 essentially for a HEPA air filter. Definitely something to look into. I got one a while ago, and I was kind of like, not this exact brand, but basically the same kind of model. I love it. I love it so much. It makes things smell better, and it just takes scents out of rooms. And whenever you get like a little bit of a moldy kind of scent or whatever in a room, it's just like, you don't want that. You don't want that. Get the filter out there and filters out the air. All right, emergency thermal blankets. Big deal. Definitely another safety issue out there. It's all about the blankets. Emergency blankets and fire blankets, yeah. Emergency thermal blankets, having a few of these in your car, super, super good because it will keep you warm. If you have a first aid kit, you should have thermal blankets in there. If somebody has an injury and they go into shock, one of the first things they do is they throw an emergency thermal blanket on them. You've seen the first responders do this all over the place. They will whip one of these out and put it on top of the patient in order to keep them warm. If they're in shock, their body is pulling all that blood to their internal organs and they are getting cold on the outside, and it's not comfortable for them and it's not good for them. You need to keep them warm. And these things take up practically no room. There's just no downside to having these things. 4 for $6. I mean, of all the preps that you can buy, you should have a whole bunch of these. I have like cases of them because, hey, they're great things to trade too. All right, HDRs. These are MREs that are for humanitarian purposes. Now, these are a little bit older. There's other deals out there for better dated ones are like more like $45 for a case. But inside an HDR, you have 5 pouches, and each pouch has 2 meals. So each pouch has over 2,000 calories. It's for a day for a person. So one of these cases is 5 days. So you're looking at $8 a day. All the food you need in there, and it's already cooked and you don't need to heat it up. These do not have the heater pouches in them. So you either have to heat it up yourself or just eat it as is. And they're also vegetarian. So the pouches, the HDRs always come vegetarian. So you're not getting a meat, and it's not the best thing in the world. But they're ready to go. They're cheap compared to, show me a MRE for $4 for a day. You can't, okay? So you get a lot in these things. It's very cost effective. All right, friends, that's what I got for you today. If you want to check out any of these things, check the pinned comment down below, also in the description, and I'll pop some things up on the screen too along the way that you may have seen. All right, friends, thanks so much for joining with us. I will keep you updated on any further deals that I see. Please make sure you hit that like button before you head out. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report, out.